step back and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporter on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, going to let you know this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I for that for y'all. Also, a restock on the Hurt Season hat. Stay jumping out the gym again like Vince. Go grab your Hurt Season hat. DM me if you want a special code for savings on your Hurt Season hat as well. Print Champ's gonna get it out to you expeditiously. ESPN, they got some nerve, man. Come on, man. We can't keep doing this, man. They got some nerve. Now, listen, I'm not going to lie. We've been spoiled with a lot of these lists this offseason, a lot of these rankings. A lot of people are putting us, you know what I'm saying, as a unit, as like a top echelon team. You know what I mean? That usually doesn't happen to us. Usually what happens is a lot of people have us on a wait and see kind of situation, and then we outperform what people thought of us. So now people think we're going to be good. So a lot of people are paying respect and paying homage to that. But when you do things like that, you know, sometimes, you know, individual accolades fall to the wayside. So ESPN, they come out with their list, man. The top 10 cornerbacks for the 2022. Executives, coaches, and players make their picks for the best cornerbacks. And we're going to talk about the guys that's on the list. And we're going to talk about Darius Slay being just outside the top 10 as an honorable mention, and why I disagree with it wholeheartedly. Now, it's not because of these colors that I wear. It's not. But it's like stone cold evidence that proves Darius Slay is a top 10 cornerback in the National Football League. We can't even, you know, feed into stuff like this, man. So I just want to know who these executives are, who these coaches are, who these players are that make these picks and make these decisions, because it's a total contradiction of what the NFL says based upon awards, you know, like Pro Bowl and all pro votes and stuff like that, and all AP votes. It's a blatant contradiction. So if you can make the Pro Bowl and you can get votes for all pro, you know what I mean, how are you not one of the top 10 guys, you know, in your perspective, you know, field or position in the National Football League? So let's jump right into the meat and potatoes. At number one, no surprise, man, they got Jalen Ramsey up there, man. Ramsey is one of those guys, man. You know, it is what it is. Super Bowl champion. Been to two Super Bowls. You know he gonna guard the best guy every year. Don't even got to think about it. Number two, Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore deserves to be in the top 10. You know what I mean? With Marshawn Lattimore, he was kind of, number two was a little high for me this year. I wouldn't have put him there. You know, I think he was kind of up and down last season, if you ask me. Jair Alexander. I like Jair Alexander. He did not receive a vote for All Pro to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of iffy. Xavier Howard, also another guy who was number 4, another guy that didn't receive a vote for All Pro. J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson was a dog. You know, I really have no gripe with him being there. Denzel Ward. I kind of got a side-eye at a little bit. Didn't receive a vote for All-Pro consideration, but, you know, he's still a dog. Pat Surtain. You know, this is probably one of the biggest ones for me that I feel like, you know, should be honorable mention instead of being in the top 10. He's number 7 on this list, but Pat Surtain got all the skills necessary to be who everybody think he's going to be, and he showed a lot of it, man. You know what I mean? He showed a lot of it. Number 8, Marlon Humphrey. I'm not mad at Marlon Humphrey. AJ Terrell, not mad at AJ Terrell. Number 10, Trayvon Diggs. Not mad at Trayvon Diggs being over. He had 11 picks, for God's sakes. Honorable mentions were Tre'Davious White, Darius Slay, and Carlton Davis from Tampa Bay. So they're just on the outside of that top 10. This is what they had to say about Darius Slay. Slay is a 9-year vet who's made his 4th Pro Bowl in 2021. So they acknowledge that he's coming off of a Pro Bowl season. Like White, he was a fixture in the rankings the past 2 years, but he has 15 pass deflections since joining the Philadelphia Eagles 2 years ago. His ability has held up pretty well. I don't feel like he's lost a major step at age 31. An AFC scout said, "Love Slay, I would just take others ahead of him due to ball production." It makes no sense, man. Darius Slay was first in touchdowns in the position. He took a fumble back to the house. I don't know if he took a pick back to the house or whatever, but he had 3 touchdowns last year as a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Now, Darius Slay was also 3rd in coverage, and Darius Slay gave up 28 yards a game while traveling, playing the best guy. Now, keep this into consideration as well. Darius Slay was one of the cornerbacks who received a vote for All-Pro. Diggs was there. Marshawn Lattimore was there, Darius Slay, and one or two other guys. So if you made the Pro Bowl and you receive a vote for AP, you know what I'm saying, and you lead your respective group in touchdowns at the position, and you are giving up 28 yards a game, dudes are basically not throwing your way because of the success you're having in man-to-man coverage. It makes no sense to me how Darius Slay is not on this list. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but I think it's blatant BS. I think, you know, some of these guys need to be, you know, cashing in Chuck E. Cheese tickets instead of, you know, talking about football if you're not going to keep it all the way at Bean. So who would I take off of this list and put Darius Slay on? I would take Patrick Surtain off for starters. For sure. And Darius Slay should have been in there. No shot to him. And probably Denzel Ward. But the list is a very, very good list of cornerbacks that deserve to be on this list. But if you got a guy like Darius Slay, who was third in coverage, you're talking about cornerbacks, third in coverage. How are you not a top 10 cornerback in your position? But it is what it is. We're not going to cry over spilt milk. We know how these things work. You know what I mean? Hopefully this make Darius Slay hungry for more. But you know, like I said, I really don't have a real problem with the list. It's just that it just doesn't make sense to not have a guy as productive as Darius Slay not on the list. And they speak about a lot of Pro Bowls for these guys. Oh, he's been to the Pro Bowl his second straight year. Darius Slay been to 4 Pro Bowls in the last 5 years. 4 Pro Bowls in the last 5 years. And in that time span, actually led the NFL in interceptions one year. So it's like, are we really forgetting who Darius Slay is? Are we really forgetting who Darius Slay is? I'm a firm believer that a lot of these executives are forgetting who Darius Slay is. I think a lot of it got to do with his age. He might be the oldest guy. If he was to be in the top 10, he would be the only guy over 30. So I think a lot of it has to do with age, man. Ramsey is 28. Marshawn Lattimore 26. Jair Alexander 25. Xavier Howard 28. J.C. Jackson 27. Denzel Ward 25. Patrick Surtain, 22. Marlon Humphrey, 25. This age, man. A.J. Terrell, 23. And Trayvon Diggs, 23. It's an age bias thing, man. It is what it is, man. The NFL is looking to boost. It seems like ESPN is looking to boost some of these younger guys who are still on rookie deals and some of these guys that are making splashes, you know, who got some new money right now. But Darius Slay been doing this, man. Been doing this to my knowledge. Still currently doing this. Like, you got to start judging guys on what they've done. Stop judging guys on other stuff besides that. You know what I mean? It's talk now that Hassan Reddick got to prove to people that he's a double-digit sack guy when he had double-digit sacks the last 2 years. Like, make it make sense, man. I'm tired of every time a player put on a midnight green, these guys want to come out of the blue and act like that this dude ain't who he is. You know what I mean? Stop doing that, man. If you judging Darius Slay off of his latest body of work, which was last football season, Darius Slay is a top 10 cornerback. That's the bottom line. Let me know what you think in the comments, man.